welcome back to my channel. This is anti-haul number 2. I'm super excited. You guys loved my first anti-haul and I thought I would write down or think of a few more products that I definitely won't be purchasing and share them with you. Like I said in my last video, I find these videos really helpful because we share all the time all of our favorite products and all the products that we're either hoping to buy or have just purchased. And there's a lot of hype on YouTube. It's easy to sort of fall down the shopping rabbit hole. Sometimes it feels refreshing to hear some products that, you know, some people just aren't gonna buy, and to each his own, of course. Any of the products that I mentioned today might be some of your holy grail products, and I think that that's awesome. I think that like what I don't love and what you love is what makes us all so super unique. So no disrespect to you or to any of these brands or to any of these people, because these are great products. They are just not up my alley and not something that I will be spending my money on. So let's jump right into the anti-haul. Okay, so the first thing on the anti-haul is the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia Beverly Hills Highlighting Palette. Now, let me clarify right off the bat, I will not be purchasing this palette for myself. However, spoiler, I will be doing a giveaway in a few weeks. And this may or may not be included in the giveaway. It is. It's included. So I have purchased it, but it's going to one of you, so that's exciting. But yeah, I won't be purchasing it for myself. And the reason for that is because I don't look super great in highlighter. In general, I put a little bit of like duo chrome powder on my face from NYX because it's my favorite. But in terms of like highlight, and especially with highlighters nowadays getting so crazy pigmented, because I have discoloration and because I have a lot of texture on my face from sun damage, I don't gravitate toward highlighters. It's just not something that's super flattering on me. So although this palette looks amazing and beautiful, and I'm sure the quality is stunning, and I love Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm a huge fan of Nicole Guerrero, I'm not gonna purchase this palette because for me, it just doesn't work with my skin texture. The next item on my anti-haul list is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. So, this has nothing to do with Jeffree Star, the person. I've actually been following Jeffree Star, fun fact, since I was in high school, since MySpace days. I found him on MySpace and like was obsessed with him for a long time. And then like, you know, life happened and I just sort of forgot. And then when I saw him on YouTube, I was like, oh my God, that's the same Jeffree Star. So, okay, so like everything about him aside, the reason I won't be purchasing the palette itself is because, as you guys know, I am not super adventurous or out there with my eyeshadow. That's just not who I am as a person. As much as I like wish that I were like an eyeshadow person and someone who had a lot of skill in that department, although, you know, practice makes perfect, it's just not something that I gravitate toward and not something that I invest in. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette, which I love. I think it's so beautiful. But there's a lot of neutral colors in there, a lot of like everyday wearable colors. And looking at the Androgyny palette, although it does have some neutral colors, a lot of the colors in there are meant, you know, are bright, beautiful, gorgeous, like bold colors. And for me personally, it just doesn't make sense. The palette itself, I think the quality will be outstanding and great, whatever, but just not something that I'm gonna invest in myself. The next item that is on my anti-haul list is the Kat Von D holographic palette. So this palette looks super cool, and I like the idea that it's like eyes, lips, and face, that there's a little bit of everything in there. However, I don't see any real use for it in my daily makeup routine life, you know? I don't use as much like holographic eyeshadow as I'm sure I'd like to, but it's just not something that is very practical for me and for my life. And I think that, you know, if that's something that you're interested in, if you've wanted to play around with holographic eyeshadows or lip colors or like highlight, then maybe that's a good palette to choose. But it's just not something that makes any sense for me to invest in at all. being about bold colors or, you know, palettes that just have no place in my everyday routine, the Urban Decay Fall Spectrum palette. Sorry, I have a list of all of the items down on my computer here. But yeah, okay, so this looks like a stunning palette. So beautiful. And here's the thing, if you're looking for a palette that has very highly pigmented, bold, bright, out there colors, then this would definitely be the palette for you. However, again, like I speak for everyone out there who either doesn't have the time to do their eyeshadow, or like it just doesn't fit into your daily life, your everyday daily life. And for me, that's like totally it. I'm all about like trying new things and trying different things, but I would never invest in a palette that has bright blue and neon orange and bright green. Like, for me personally, that just doesn't make sense. Okay, 2 more products on my anti-haul list. The first is the Sunday Riley's Good Jeans Lactic Acid Treatment. Now here's the thing, I have purchased this in the past, and I've talked about it before with you guys because I'm a huge Sunday Riley fan, and I bought the full size. I used it, I want to say it was now probably 1.5 to 2 years ago. My skin didn't react super well to it. I thought at first that, you know, maybe, like, I think at first it worked quite well, but then the more I used it, I noticed the more my face just didn't, it wasn't that it didn't react well with it, but that it was too harsh a product. It was too much. I was doing too much to my skin. And I got a small sample of it not too long ago, and I thought, you know, I'm a little bit older now, maybe my face will have a different reaction with it, and unfortunately it didn't. Now again, it's not like my face breaks out. I think my skin just doesn't love lactic acid. It's a very strong treatment. It really is. So I think if you're really looking for something strong, if your skin really needs it, because in my head I'm like, I need all these crazy face treatments, when in actuality I don't really need anything too harsh. I just need a lot of moisture and maybe a little like anti-fine lines, anti-wrinkles cream. But I don't need anything as harsh as that treatment. And I tried it again and it just didn't work, and maybe like down the road I'll try it again and find that with more mature skin it feels a little bit better. I don't know. Yeah, it's just not something I will be repurchasing or purchasing in the future at all. So I just wanted to add that in. The last item on my anti-haul list is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. Bum Bum Cream. I have seen this product. It did a little circulation for like a hot second, maybe 6 months ago. People were talking about it, saying how like it's the cream that'll firm and tighten and everything. Okay, I being in the fitness dance world, I've tried mostly everything. Honestly, the only thing that's gonna tighten your bum up is working out and eating well. And you could try different moisturizers to give your skin like a nicer appearance, or maybe the appearance of it being a little bit tighter, but without like legit surgery and like legit like lasers and like all that stuff. A cream is not going to like firm your behind if you're not working out and if you're not eating well, you know? And I say that from experience, that no cream, in my history at least, has done as much firming and lifting as working out has. And that's just the truth of it. So I will not be purchasing the Bum Bum Cream, unfortunately, although the name is so cute. So guys, that's everything on my anti-haul list. Again, no disrespect if you love any of these products, nor any disrespect to the brand. These were just a list of products that I didn't find were going to work well in my daily routine, things that I just am not going to be investing in. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have any of these products, if you love them, or if they too are on your anti-haul list. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye guys!